Welcome back, everybody. I see the guys are already popping in. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry for the brief bit of absences. It's been real busy. More so than I am really used to. That my time doesn't seem to be nearly as evenly split anymore, but minor petty things. Don't need to worry about that, yes? So I think game here, right? Looks very nice. I actually want to talk about something real quickly. Let me see if I can get this up here. So besides, I'm not sure if you guys know who Dr. Disrespect is. A very, very, very popular Twitch YouTuber, or rather I should just say Twitch guy. I'm going to be here for like 3 minutes. Hey, that's good, man. Be here for all you like. But for those who don't know who Dr. Disrespect is, as you can see, he's one of the more popular Twitch streamers on here, although this really doesn't give you the accurate numbers. I believe at one point in time he had close to about 390,000 people on a stream at the exact same time. So if you go over here to the PlayerUnknown's Battleground, which is where the game he plays, he has a lot of views just on his videos alone. Way more than even the follow-up videos from very popular streamers. Who the fuck you? You know, I'm glad you asked. I am an up-and-coming cam streamer. I like to show my tits on camera occasionally for cash on hand. Usually for $25 donations, you can access my lewd Snapchat where I show off various body parts and shove various things in various orifices for usually for 20. Ooh, that's my voice. I don't like hearing that. Disgusting. For $25 or more, I can shove things in here. Sounds and looks like an idiot, no offense. Well, I mean, he's clearly very popular and has a very attractive personality to be warranting such high numbers. But we're not talking about his popularity today. His popularity may be a big part of this, if people are to be believed. But we're actually going to be more believing the interesting thing about his commentary, or I should say his jokes on stream. Your voice is beautiful. Well, I hope to be there. Let you help it sounds like a fucking potato in your ears. I don't know what accent was going there. It was like 7 different things. But either way, let's take a look here. Ignore what Jimmy says here for a hot second. We'll come back to that. Let's just contextualize what this guy is saying.
He's gonna, I knew it! China, number one! China, number one! We all from China! Everyone that I'm fighting is fucking from China because Daybreak don't know what to do! Said about, this guy, I feel like this guy's from China right here. You can just tell, look at him.
Bad driving joke, if you didn't get it.
These guys are, they're everywhere! Daybreak! You fucking idiots! You idiots! Wake up! Get him off the server!
I don't even know what that last one was because it doesn't really reference anything specifically to Chinese people. What in the holy fuck? Well, if you don't know, the game he plays, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, his voice kills my brain cells every millisecond. Yeah, his voice is fine. His audio is at least good, but what is a contentious part here is that, well, I should probably give a little bit of context here. The game PlayerUnknown Battleground, I don't know if I said this already, has a huge Asian population, specifically from China. Very popular game there. It's like one that brought over half of Steam's player base from Asia is this game and its Chinese player base. And there's been a lot of issues associated with that. For one, the server lag when Asians come onto American servers. Oh my goodness, it is really bad. And it's actually kind of bad because it favors people who are lagging. So even though the Chinese people who may have 200, 300 millisecond ping, which is about 0.3 of a second, they can still get off a shot here and there, which causes people who clearly get the first shot to end up getting hit. And lag is just generally a thing you don't want to deal with. These Chinese voices sound 100% correct. You know, If it was just a little bit faster and a little bit lower, and like a very soft and hard to understand, it'd be spot on. But since he's making fun of these Chinese people, even though I think in the context of PlayerUnknown Battleground it's a meme, it's just a meme. He's getting lambasted being called racist. Now, I guess I should probably say that claims of racism really have to be heavily substantiated when someone makes them. If you're just putting out of context stream jokes into a compilation and calling it racism, it's a bit stretching it. I mean, if you want to say something's racist, they got to be like burning a cross in someone's front lawn. They got to be saying, hang him from trees, no more on my knees, or something stupid like that. They have to be something legitimately derogatory as opposed to just making a joke, because at this rate, Jimmy's claim of racism could extend easily to that of a comedian making a racial joke. Well, that's the thing, he's trying to make sound similar to that of Chinese Mandarin, I guess it would be to say. That's what he's trying to do, he's making fun of Mandarin. In China #1, it's a joke because that's literally what they say in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Chinese players are the #1. So I really just can't tell if it's racism, because it's really hard to say because it's only a 38-second clip from, like, what, a 5-hour stream? But even at the same time, in the context, I don't know, it just seems so stupid. And the fact that it's getting very low retweets, even though it's a very hot button issue, gives it the impression that not a lot of people agree with him. Although, strangely enough, there's a lot of talk, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this is actually a legitimate form of racism? Do you like this streamer? No, I don't even watch this guy. I just don't, let's see, what bias do I really have? I guess really the bias I have is in the labeling of racism, because I see it so flippantly thrown around these days that it makes literally no sense. To the point where it degrades the meaning of it, and, how would I say, it's just often applied in incorrect situations, like with, who was another big guy that was claimed to have racist attitudes? It wasn't a streamer. Was it YouTube? PewDiePie? That guy? I think he was claimed a couple of times for being racist, yet I've never seen any actual racist remarks. Maybe taboo jokes, but if you start labeling that racism, then we're fucked. Meteor can just hit us and end us all. Solar flare to wipe out our magnetic field. Burn you to a crisp. That's what you get at this point. Oh yeah. Hey, if you think it's dumb, sure, I suppose it would make sense considering in this context the joke is pretty stupid, but you also have to remember this joke is usually put inside of a larger stream that's about 5 hours long, boiled down to about 40 seconds, so these jokes probably do look really bad. Imagine if you were just to come in halfway through a comedian's show and he just pops in with that last punchline. It's gonna really be a stinker then. Yeah, I really don't see this. I have to see like tweets that actually show like proper prejudice, not prejudice. Yeah, I guess prejudice. Yeah, actual prejudice, not just jokes. Like if he shows like a joke like, God, all these fucking Chinese people out here stealing our jobs should be put onto a ship with holes in it, or something like that. Something that actually has malice, clear malice in it, and isn't parody or a part of a joke. I don't know. Really weird claims here. And then I think people are just trying to lambast him. That, and there's also, considering if you don't know why he was taking a break, Dr. Disrespect taking a break, it was because he, on stream, admitted to adultery or cheating on his wife. So I guess maybe in a sense they don't really want to go after him in that regard, but now they're going after him for claims of it's really fucking weird. Get the face out of the screen. Alright, we'll get him out of there then. We'll get him out. You don't need to be there anymore. Actually, let me move this over here. Set side of gas this way. And then fix that. There we go. Fucking hunky-dory. Something like that fake mustache all up in your cooter. Just thinking about that. It's getting me moisturized. Fucking stop right there, criminal scum. Swag. He committed adultery. Well, adultery is a crime, but it's also one that's not even enforced anymore. Adultery just means he cheated. Like, he was in a marriage, and then he saw some pussy on the sideline. It's like, that looked really good. And I mean, for a person in his position, it's probably pretty common. I mean, just those people who want to advance their careers alone would offer him shitload. I don't think there's any more than I hate than that. I mean, it's weird. Because I saw some people making arguments saying that people in the entertainment industry often commit adultery, or rather, are often immoral. It's just something really new. But at the same time, I mean, I don't like the idea of adultery. But the thing is, they're working out the relationship. Dr. Disrespect and his wife are working out the relationship. So, I mean, I guess in a sense, it's already dealt with, and they've moved on in a way. Interesting. That's a furnishing item I just saw there. I'm sorry, I got really distracted. But I mean, at the same time, I want to give the guy the benefit of the doubt and say that he's not a bad person, but at the same time, he did commit an act that does show he's unfaithful. But do we want to budge into other people's marriages? No, not really. It's not my position. It's their issue, not mine. But he also made it our issue by announcing it too, so it's really weird.
I don't want to talk about my father that you can't. I don't want his money any more than I want his apologies.
Does it man really think he can buy me off like ignoring me my entire life?
Ignoring me my entire life. You just don't give up, do you? Fine. I'll endure another few moments with my absentee father. For her. Just let me set aside the fish I've caught today first.
This man's really fucking angry for having a dad that wasn't there. I mean, Daddy, come out. Oh. Yeah, I know what adultery is. I find it disgusting. If you're already married, then why the fuck would you want more than the point of being selfish and lustful? It is true, but at the same time, he's already worked it out with his partner, so I'm like thinking, do I impose my accepted morals on him? Do I judge him for his actions when only his partner is the really true judger? It's things like that. It's people getting involved in interpersonal relationships when we naturally are not inclined to. But sitting aside the moral aspects of budging into people's personal relationships. But the actual action itself, yeah, it's pretty bad. Don't stick your PP in other people unless you want that that hot pocket for the rest of your life. At least do the scissor cutting rule and, you know, cut the paper before you paint on it. I don't fucking know. I'm just watching now. I'm gonna shut up. Hey, you do you, boo boo. But you know, it's healthy. It's a healthy conversation to have. Although I just hope Twitch isn't like going to make us sign morality clauses.
The master went upstairs to rest. He did not wish to be disturbed until you arrived.
Let's go, Mills. He's still your father.
He's still your father.
There's an odd way of showing it.
Oh, it's going to be so lovely when he gets that surprise. Don't mind me, I'm just going to steal some wax so I can make some food. Father? Father? I really don't believe that. Yeah, I gotta hear that emotion in your voice. If you couldn't tell, the father's dead. But that story was predictable a million times over. Sorry, I'm just trying to steal from this dead guy real quickly. That soft leather item actually seems pretty damn dope. I want to take your money. Give me your critters and clothing and all that dastardly deeds. What tastiness do we have up here? It's actually a pretty sizable house for a middle-income guy. I mean, 2 beds and a master bedroom with a slave. Very nice. Or I guess this household Hasalalu joined the pack, so they outlawed slavery. I guess she would be a maid then. He don't need us anymore. His kids live outside of the house, and you don't see shit. Wait, fishable, what is that? Nothing. Guess don't need it. Alright, yeah, here you go. I'm sorry for your loss.
We all knew this was coming. That doesn't make it any easier. Everyone was defeated.
Just say after all this time, still.
What? A ghost?
You know what? What I love is that these people don't try to resuscitate his father.
I so regret
Like,
being
the time from me to getting his 2 kids to this house, it would have been less than like a couple of minutes. They could perform CPR on him, get some medical people in here, stab a heart, get some adrenaline, do anything. No, they're just gonna sit there and pretend he's dead.
efforts of this kind.
He, oh man, he ain't dead just yet.
I have archived my memory. Oh, I hope one day you will find it in your hearts to forgive me and find the father and mother here.
This quest was meant to be a tearjerker, but I just found it kind of funny. It's like, how fucking fast can this guy die? Like, did he bang his head on the door, then a giant brick fell on his head? How do you die this
Why
fast?
couldn't you just let me forget you?
Because it's not just about him, Mills, or you. It's
And
about
then this
all
guy
of
is
us.
just
Our
strangely
family
angry.
together at last.
The characters are always so one-dimensional here. It's strange as shit.
I thought I knew my father. I always thought he hated me. That's why he was never around. I came to terms with that long ago.
It must have been so hard on Father. There had
He keeps
to be
sounding like it
so
grew cold and
much
distant, even knows he it might seem odd, but I feel hopeful.
cold and distant, even when he was here.
No, it depends. Your mother might be in his soul gem stuffed in his closet for all we know, and your mother could be in hell. We'll find out. We'll ask Vivek, the living god, see what he thinks about these ticklish fiends. I'm sure he knows all well. Oh yeah, that's right. Gotta show those Ashlander camp to make sure that these people on Secretly Savages, although I really want this piece of leather in my house right now. It'll look fabulous on a desk. I was actually thinking about purchasing this one house in-game. It's a very unique looking house, but it's also... it's a little bit more on the grand side here. I think you guys might like what I'm about to pick up. Did this person seriously... they're teaching their horse stamina. Interesting. Oh, you gotta go, Croy? Alright, that sounds good, man. Catch you on the flip side, man. And remember, stay young by vaping. That's my message to you. Off, my child. I'll see you another time. Haha. Ooh, that lizard looks mighty Dapadan in that red gold helmet smashing. I'm actually thinking we could do a couple of dungeons. I haven't done much on this character in a hot second. I was doing a little bit with him last night. Didn't manage to get most done. Does it seem odd that I donate bits to myself? Like, how much do bits I've donated to my guy? I've had at least a couple quarters worth donated through League of Pandas, and I got a little bit through Panda Eye Munch. It's strange you can do that, to be honest. But the thing is, I think Twitch actually links your accounts after you keep switching it for a while. So it starts sharing the ad rates through, but it still allows you to donate your bits to your own channel. That's what I fucking love about it. I can give myself pennies. Ooh, okay, so what do we need? I don't need that. I don't need that. But everything else I need. Nice. I'll take the decorative wax and the leather. The leather is actually a housing item, strangely enough. It's kind of strange. You can pick up a bunch of housing items throughout the world. But I'm not sure what you can steal. I was kind of hoping you could steal, like, plates and shit. New subscriber, Digital Graveyard. Well, thank you on YouTube. Thank you, Digital Graveyard. Although I'm pretty sure he's not my stream. It actually kind of... It's strange. YouTube's actually been going well for me for a while. I'm so used to, like, flipping around 200 that actually going above it a little bit. It's kind of exciting. We're making progress, almost. It feels, oh, so brand new. And you know, let's go ahead and deposit this beautiful thing. And deposit that too. I think that's really the only thing we need. Hey, everything else is just miscellaneous crap. Nothing I can use. In fact, do you want it there, dearie? I know you can also take my potions that I can't use. And my shit jewelry. Ooh, 830. Oh wait, no, I can't use that. Shit. Alright, whatever. Ooh. 1.4 thousand gold, I'll take that. But here, let's go ahead and actually place down that leather piece inside my Grand Escape. I'm not sure if I actually showed you this, guys. The Mistville Manor, a Nordic-themed house in Riften. So you might get the idea. If you've already played Skyrim, you already know what Riften looks like. And you can imagine it's, like, kind of similar with that. My god, that article title alone disturbs me. I don't even want to share that. My god. Ah. Here's my beautiful estate. I really focused heavily on the garden, trying to diversify it as much as possible. I might have overdone it a little bit. A little bit. Oh yeah, and I haven't even showed you guys the main part. Right there, that's a dragon head. Might be a little bit hard to see, but I converted the top part of the balcony, the head banister, into a full-fledged dragon head. And all those are individually placed stones, with vines all over it and little Argonian fire pots to spew fire from. Got nice orcish braziers with eyebrows peering down at us. They look real mean. It actually didn't cost that much to make. Cost like only like $10,000. It looked real nice. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you around the garden a little bit. So here we have one of our fences here to sell goods and laundry. Well, actually, I think all we can do is sell stolen stuff. We can't really do much else. Nice little garden here. I was also thinking about turning this into, say, okay, what would it be called? I'm thinking like a merchant's house. Like, you can get 2 merchants that you can, one has the guild, one can actually sell goods to. And I was thinking about putting them in here. I never did actually end up doing that. Got a nice little lamppost. All of this came with the house. Which is strange, because that thing actually cost a shitload of money. And, ooh, we got a nice, beautiful skeleton here. This actually cost me quite a bit, too, because the voucher plus the Anatomus Geode cost quite a bit on this sucker. Kind of worth it in the end, though. It's actually pretty cheap nowadays. A little bit of gardening items. These are actually exclusive items from, I think, the first luxury vendor. Like these little rose peace laurels, the actual marriage-ish area. I'm not sure why they went with a wedding theme for the first time. The Shrine of Mara, or it came through something else eventually. These things are actually really expensive. They made the Mara stuff cost a lot. And this glorious tree with accented petals coming down. I'm not entirely sure what that came from. I feel like that came through a... I'm thinking, not a dungeon, but the Joker's Festival, maybe? I'm thinking that. This is the crafting area. It has all the various crafting benches, food right there. Even though we got a brazier right there. Oh yeah, I guess we guys can show you the stables. Here's the one horse that had to be put away for being shit heathen. And the pig managed to escape too, but he found some raspberry bushes, so it's all good. And the bear's just chilling on his nice little pad. You really can't do anything with the mounts. They just kind of like sit there and then doing the one animation over and over, like they're dead on the inside. It's real strange. This here, there actually was no second floor. The second floor, what you can see right now, was handmade. Like, all these were individually placed stones. So, like, I put a nice L formation here and then put it up in an up fashion so that I could place down this nice and smoothly to walk up here without actually having to jump. Got a nice caved-in brazier with a Nordic pot and a couple of kebabs. Some little pots here for storage. There used to be a painting here. I'm not sure where I put it. Some kebabs for dinner as well. Although the dinnerware is strangely small, but the cup is fucking huge. Proportions are not this game's strong suit. I don't get it. Yeah, these are just random items I found in, I think, the luxury vendors. I probably should fix this area up a little bit, but whatever. Oh yeah, the random vines accented everywhere. That was from, I believe, the Wood Elf area, if I remember correctly. Got the portlich a little bit too, although I really didn't do a whole bunch with the porch. Kind of minimalistic, orc stands, Nord carpeting. A little bit of these tiki totems from Rothgar. Nothing too much. I probably should have done one more with the porch, but I ran out of items. Inside, I try to focus on a little bit more here. Really heavily focused on the kitchen with a lot of the vegetables, which strangely took up a lot of the housing units, putting beets, lettuce, vials, mugs, all this shit took up a lot of space. The brewery, of course. The kitchen table is actually rather malnourished, but eh. And then we have the trophy wall here. Incomplete, of course. Still have some of these veteran totems to go for. But the thing is that I'm actually out of housing items, so I can't place down any more if I wanted to. Well, yeah, there actually used to be a lot more candles. And I actually did adjust these shelves a little bit, because they used to all just be lined in a straight line. Didn't look very good, so I started to use more vertical space. Actually looks pretty badass, if I have to say so myself. You know, these Nordic chandeliers here, these cost an ass load and a half, but they're beautiful. I wish I had more of the Nordic themed stuff, but it's kind of difficult to get. We also got some of these, these things blind my eyes. Those bright ass gems, they kind of look okay. I don't mind them. I try to keep them off because it makes the area a little bit too yellowish. For some reason they glow bright green, like some goddamn Mountain Dew ad. And yeah, bedroom's not that spectacular either. Minimalistic designings for the most part. This dragon head took up about a couple of hundred slots, so it's why we have very minimal furnishings inside the house. But I don't want to remove the dragon head because it's a fucking dragon head. Shit looks lit. I mean, you could probably actually put this away and then put down that. Where is it? I want to put down that one little bit. Oh yeah, we have over 10,000 Daedric chairs if we want that. People are actually buying this for $17 a piece. So I could theoretically sell this for about $170,000 for all these chairs. Of course, no one's gonna want to buy these, but I have them just for pleasure's sake. I actually still find it funny they could actually get that. I don't even know why they allowed you to get that much. Oh, we got papers again too. Hell yeah, lit. I'll keep that down there too, make ourselves look like a proper scholar. Crap, what else can we do then? How else am I going to store up all these insane items? Like, how much space do we have left? We are completely maxed. Fuck, okay. Let's take out a tree, I suppose. Fuck it, let's take one out. What can we take out here? Something minute. How about let's just take out this, because this area is really heavily congested. It's like a $20 sapling that you buy from vendors. Conservatory also takes up about a sixth of our entire property. I mean, the natural amount of foliage out there is like 10 plants. We have about 100. It was necessary. So lighting, am not too worried about that. Oh yeah, the candle like scone set actually looks pretty damn lit. And a lot of this stuff actually costs a lot of money to get. These are all pretty damn rare items. The mounts, yeah, not so much. I love how the carpet's $600. And these statue bases also cost quite a bit of money too. Where did I put it? My god, these are all really goddamn expensive. Although, to be honest, it cost me like $200,000 to get it. And that giant head, I'm not sure why I purchased that. We got a lot of disturbing items inside of my bank, to be honest. I may have been an abused child, for all we know. Here we go. Where was that? The soft leather patches. Holy shit, they weren't kidding. It was a legitimate item. Nice. Actually, you know what? Let's put that outside. That'll look way better. So I believe we have just a spot for it. So here's a little workstation here, and I wonder if I can just place it down right on top. Whoops. It'd be kind of difficult, to be honest. Oh yeah, I can place it right there on top of the leather rack. So let's see, does it actually still work? No, it does not. It actually overlaps with the mesh. Yeah, see, look at that. I can no longer interact with it like I can do with these ones. Shit, I guess we can't put it on at all. Yeah. Right, let's just put it on top of the chest. Call it good. I'm a stylist. Let me know. Over here. Actually, let me show you that one house I was talking about in a hot second. This goddamn behemoth. This beauty. Of course it's not. Get the giant head. What? Oh, you want to put the giant head down? Ah, shit. Too late. The giant head doesn't even remotely compare to that of our glorious dragon head. I'd actually try to put it into the, there's like this housing thing, trailer, I don't know. No, it was a giveaway. It was like, it was not a million reasons why, but it was something different. Housing contest of some sort. Of course, I did not win because I, dragon head, not that impressive. Here. This is just the entrance to the house that I'm thinking about purchasing. In a nice Draugr ruin, although strangely enough there's no body parts here. Into this Draugr ruin. The beautiful nice hole right here, beaming upon our palace. That goes into the middle of the house, but let's go through here. Still got a nice long ass hallway here. Got a little bit of a unknown section to the ruin that we can't enter. It's not even listed on the map either. But here, if we go through here. Look at that. Giant fucking Nordic carved door. The Havig's High Hall Court. Ooh, look at that. We got a nice little view of our own little burial ground here. We could even throw in magical stones here to worship the gods. Put our own little ritual site here. Perfect. And then here we are, right into the front of the courtyard. So that was just the entrance to get to the courtyard. Not even like our main housing section or anything like that. Just the fucking courtyard. Oh my god, and we're not remotely done yet. So right now, what we got here is this beautiful fucking archway looking over the mountaintop with the glorious northern lights. Jonah and Jode right there shining up in the sky. Even got some dragon heads here. This is like the ending to, what is it, Skyrim, where you're going off to Sovngarde. Oh, looks fucking beautiful. And then you have the fucking majestic estate right here. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, you can't go down those doors right there because that leads down to Falkreath. But here, you get this goddamn palace here. You could have so much shit out here. I can't even imagine the building on this place, to be honest. It has to be asinine. Oh. So fucking huge and girthy. Get plenty of trees. Comes with the house, nice and free. Save yourself like $2,000 worth on trees. So, before we even get into the main house, let's take a look here. Let's go to the ramparts. So the ramparts, this is just kind of like the... This is meant to be like the storage room and the... like soldiers' barracks, in a sense. Small little room where you can just throw a little brew keg down here, whatever you like. Can't really do anything else, so you can't go up. Nothing vertical. You got this nice-ass balcony looking over Falkreath. Although, strangely enough, Falkreath has no citizens, no sounds. It's just an empty town right now. Can't really do anything with it. They made all of that, but you can only access this part. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with this. Be kind of interesting to see. It looked real nice, though. I think they just threw in the Falkreath asset down south, but you really can't even look at it because this far away, nothing would load in. But here, so here's his second paw here. Nice little watchtower here. Nice tall roof. You know, maybe some weapons, maybe a nice little cots here and there. But, oh, look at this. Another fucking escape balcony here. Even overlooking more. And you get a nice goddamn view on that mountainside. Although, strangely enough, they didn't put that many trees on the mountainside. So even though you have plenty of these textures loaded in, there's no trees. So it's just like suddenly barren for no fucking reason. Yeah, there's a bunch of trees down there. So it's strange. Don't look behind you. Look forward. It's fine. Look behind. Ooh, where'd the trees go? I'm being nitpicky though. That place still looked pretty fucking lit. IMO. So now to the actual house itself. The actual house itself is nonsensical. It's meant to be a personal estate, and yet it's designed like a... How would I say? A meeting. Like, it's just a giant room. It's literally just a giant room. And this is meant to be where you sleep. And yet there's no door. So, like, where the fuck's the privacy? I really don't get it. Maybe I could, like, section off each one of these rooms right here. Put some, like, planks up. So, like, right here, put a plank up, plank right there. Add a curtain right here. That could be 1 room, 2 rooms, 3 rooms, 4 rooms, 5 rooms, 6 rooms. And you have a nice center hallway in here. See, that's what I would get instead. But, no, you just get this really weird giant room. So it kind of makes it look like you're having a guild hall instead of an actual sleeping estate. Which is kind of weird. But then you also have this nice second balcony area that you can access, although strangely enough, there's a door right here that connects to that, but there's no door for the other side. So, like, there's just one side that has no access. That side over there you can't get to. You actually have to, like, put in a physical balcony. Hell, you can't even jump on a ledge to get there. You're gonna have to actually, like, put in a little fucking ledge in there. I don't get it. But that's just the unfinished house for $3.8 million. Holy fuck. That is a lot of money. But it's not even it. If you get the furnished version, it's about $3K more. But honestly, for $3K, you get some pretty damn nice little accessories here. Although you can't furnish furnishings while not purchasing the house. Like, you can't get the furnishing pack alone. Because honestly, this amount of furnishing items for only 3K, it's not that bad. It's like $5 still. But you get a really nice furnished house. Plenty of shelves, all Nordic themed, nice wicker chairs. I mean, these chairs right here cost a shitload on their own. And they get the nice Nordic bed, little bit barrels here. They look real nice in here. Upstairs, not decorated as much. You get candles and benches up there, but I gotta stop gushing over this place. Fuck it, let's do dungeons. I like a lot, but it costs too much. Costs way too fucking much. Yeah, $3.8 million is not that hard to get if you know what you're doing. But I mean, I don't even have that much money. I probably would have that much money if the luxury vendor wasn't a thing. Because I spent so much money on that thinking those items are going to be like worth more in the end, but they're always going to return and people always buy them in huge bulk, so it doesn't even fucking matter. It looked quite nice. I like it a lot. The only thing that would really help me though in a house like this, with the house that's so huge, is no loading screens. If there were no loading screens or transportations, what the fuck it is, like when you walk into a house, it should feel like you're walking into the house. Because honestly, you have to remember, let me give you an idea of how absurd the physics are right now. Because you have to remember, actually the physics for this place is actually not that bad. They all make sense for the most part, but say for a section like this that implies that it has a second level to it in the first room alone. But nope, it actually doesn't have a second section. So I'm curious, how do you access that room above us? There actually isn't a room. Well, okay. It's like the inside does not match the outside very well. And it will require them to actually properly size everything, but the outside does not match the inside very well. And the thing is too, if they actually did make the inside and the outside, you know, the same thing, they could actually make those windows transparent as opposed to opaque. So it could actually look somewhat nice that the actual lighting has an effect. And that you could see the difference between day and night. Am I wishing for... Am I feeling needy? Because I feel like at that point... Yeah. I'm asking for too much. I'm asking for Zoss to basically uproot their design philosophy in exchange for a real fucking good looking house. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? It should look real nice. But I mean, they're actually starting to embrace the... a contiguous design philosophy pretty soon with the newest release of, what the fuck even is it? Dragon Bones, the Dragon Bones DLC, that's what it was. With the release of that, they can actually start working on making the whole thing contiguous. Like they did one of the dungeons that were contiguously. And it actually looked pretty nice. They just opened the door and you could walk through it, no loading screens. Oh my fucking immersion. Off the charts. Like, I don't understand why they don't do that more often. You have to remember, I understand it may be constrictive in designing, but at the same time, the lack of loading screens makes it so much better. They also might have an issue with performance, say with Xbox players and PS4 players who do not have very high RAM capacity and don't have a lot of, you know, extra CPU and graphics processing. They really can't, say, use or handle large-scale contiguous areas or housing because it would reduce their FPS. But I can't even imagine that too, because they have to load the inside of those houses pretty much all the time. Because right now, for those who don't know about Bethesda and ZeniMax build philosophy, is that everything in the game is a shell, and then anything important is below the world. Like, if I could fly through the floor right now, I would see every single inside of every house right now. I could see everything. I'd be gods. But it also looked really fucking weird. It's like, oh, I just walked through the floor and now I'm inside of a cave and now I'm in someone's living room. What? Doesn't make any fucking sense. But it worked. Should I try to kill this thing? Nah. I was thinking that my... Oh, you can't. Face me off like a true elite. He's gonna sit there and block his all fucking heart out. But I was thinking with the lightning staff and how it continuously heavy attacks, that the healing from Lotus Flower would actually be constantly applied. But it isn't, so lightning staff actually gets shafted in that regard. Its heavy attack, it actually doesn't give it as much healing as it should. Ooh, purple level pants. Let's take a look at this. War Maiden's Breeches adds spell damage. Nasty. You can't even tell because I'm wearing a skirt. Why did I even put it on? The thing is, I can actually get some really impressive healing if I do heavy attacks with the Resto staff. I mean, look at that. Healing for 2,000 every second just with Lotus Flower and that. So if I was to throw on Arctic Wind, my healing would be close to 4,000. Oh, I can actually almost heal dungeon groups with it alone. Just throw a mutagen with the... What is it? Let me take a look here. Resto Staff. Mutagen. Yeah, it is mutagen. So if you get mutagen plus that essential drain, you can actually heal for a shitload. I don't even have the tier 2 of essential drain. That gives me mending for 3 seconds, so I can actually chain it together. And it heals for 15% more. So it actually heals for a shitload, which would actually buff up my Lotus Flower passive. I also need to change my armor to heavy armor, to light armor, I should say. Heavy armor is pretty cool in the sense that it makes you really beefy, but at the same time, you lose a lot of DPS. And I'm not terribly keen with it. Do I need this? Nah. It's literally just stats for recovery, which I don't even use. Here we go. Magic damage increase flat. That I fucking love. That I can use. I also want to get to high level so I can start getting those. I don't know if it's Bloodforge or the Falkreath one that has the really sweet looking armor set. The one that I really want. Although I know it may be a fad with that armor set, but it looks really fucking cool to me. At least the heavy armor skirt and like the nice fabric touches to it. It looks really nice. Absorbs color really oddly, but it looks nice. And I kind of want to get it. But I have to remember it. God, what is it? It's going to bother me now that I don't remember it. I know the Bloodforge one, but I don't know this one. Let me Google search it real quickly. ESO Fashion. That'd actually be really nice because I could have that as one of my outfits in the next patch. Alright, let's take a look here. Motifs. Dreadhorn, is that what it is? Ah, yes, Dreadhorn. That's... Yeah, I think that's the one with the weird looking skirts. Yeah, I like that. That shit's nice. The helmets are a little bit disproportional in their size, but everything else though with them, look real nice. That I can fix. Just swap out a couple of styles here and there and you'll be good. So let's see. Ashlander is here. What do you have to tell me?
If I can smell you, Outlander, then you can be certain the Warclaws have picked up your scent. Leave now, and maybe you'll escape with a little flesh still clinging to your bones.
Right.
House Redoran doesn't care. They marched in with their war claws and claimed the land. Anyone who tried to resist was imprisoned or sent to the mines. Me? You can't be more disgusted with that prospect than I am, but at least I'm still alive. And all I have to do is direct them to the best resources and show them where some of my people hide every now and then. A small price to pay. Ulrun, you'd think he was some kind of saint the way he walked in and handed out supplies. He came back after his house threw him out. Never said why they exiled him. The wise woman might know where to find him. They'll have her in one of the...
Oh no, people liked him here. Recipe for a fucking disaster. Then no, he takes too much from them. Bear, get out of the fucking way. I want that gem. Move, fatty. Oh, you better not fucking attack me. You've asked for it, you saint. Oh, no, they're pretty. I want gem. I don't want your head. Probably should get something to actually start collecting those souls. Get a little bit more money from them. Strangely, soul gems are actually a good way to earn profit. Because if you do a lot of dungeons, you get one gem from every boss. And you can eventually just sell a stack of that thing for, ooh, god, close to $6,000 in the end. Hello, you there?
Just how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders. I would have moved the tribe ages ago.
Oh, no shit there, lady. You already got your tribe killed, though, so good fucking job. It's a disgrace him. He has lost his status but remained true to his heart.
Lost his status but remained true to his. I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. It's a small hole. Get the key to the mine to keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I can't offer my people hope or advice. I have no doubt.
Shitty knows. The thing is, though, it's like, why would they just instantly send him off to the mine? Like, what the fuck did they get? I need a key for that? Does that look like it has any key? Really? Mm-hmm. There's a key in there. I feel it. Ooh, I'll take that fish, too. Look real tasty. Fish actually used to be really expensive. That and tomatoes. Like, you could actually make a living off those items if you actually found them in the wild. A small little provisioning ingredient. We're doing wonders today. Strangely enough, why does it say my viewer count is so strangely low? I don't get it. Seems the view count on Twitch is messed up. Hopefully that fixes that soon. I guess it doesn't really matter. If they can't do anything to me now. I'm already a poor peasant. Take the last stones away from me and you got nothing. Is this all you got defending the mines? Just two people? Yes, I'm feeling those war claws attacking me right now. Got these two people right here. They have fancied out names. Apparently they're somewhat strenuous, maybe? Like, what do they even mine here? Is this meant to be just a prison? Oh, and everyone's dead here. Who are they calling out to? War claws attack. You were the only two. What? And then everyone here is already dead. Did they just seriously execute them all?
Veya, stay back. You don't need to see this.
What happened here? Oh gods, they murdered these poor Ashlanders.
How is this cave not filled with soot and sea? How are we not dying right now?
Please, you can't.
Veya shouldn't have had to see this. Even I'm finding it hard to believe that the mercenaries would slaughter these Ashlanders for no reason. I suppose anything could happen in the heat of the moment. But to kill a veteran, even an exiled one, that's I've seen these before. They use them in East March to record and send important messages. They're expensive and as rare as a sober Nord.
This is the second time a memory stone's been used. This ex machina shit is getting real tiresome. Well, let's use it. See what we got here.
If you're listening to my voice, know that my time is short, and what I have to say is important.
Ooh, Ron!
Is that you?
Everything that happened was a deliberate act to discredit me. I need to report the events so my sister can learn the truth about her brother.
What did they offer
You have to
here?
understand, I don't share my house's hatred and distrust of Ashlanders. So, during my normal patrol, when I heard that Ashlanders had come, I arrived to find one of my soldiers arguing with the Ashlanders. He spat at them, called them savages. When one of the Ashlanders objected, I ordered the soldier to stand down, but he ignored me and stepped toward the second Ashlander. I killed one
And guess
of the
what?
soldiers.
It was all a ruse.
Before I knew it,
You had to kill
I was
them.
dragged before the Redoran Council and exiled. I believe I was set up for this fall, but I don't know by who. I came to this camp for shelter.
Oran! Damn it. What am I supposed to do now?
Execute them all. Execute Order 66.
Oren
Kill the
is
Jedi's children.
dead. That wasn't the way this was supposed to end.
I was gonna end with flowers, dear. What do you expect?
Damn Oren for leaving me that damn message. And damn him for dying on me. Gods, I still don't understand.
At least the voice acting's like
Oren said someone
decent
set him
here.
up to fall. Who would do such a thing? So that's why they exiled him? That's why they killed him? He was too damn...
Well, they actually didn't. They didn't set him up to fall. They just set him up to test his faith to the house. So they set up a situation where he had to choose between the house and the Ashlanders. But what ended up happening is that they made him a situation where he had to choose between murder and his house, which potentially not the brightest of subjects to actually endure. I got a whole party of 3 people taking on 2 of those. God, they're going to be absolutely bored out of their mind. The questing for them is going to be stupendously easy. I mean, 'cause the thing is, I'm just one guy alone doing leveling, and it's stupidly easy. And my DPS is like 3. I mean, if I was a proper build, like hunting stamina build, I could one-shot these mobs. It's kind of like World of Warcraft leveling. It's not really there for the sake of being entertaining. It's just there. Even though they put in a lot of time and effort into making the stories up for these places. It's like they want to make a readable book as opposed to a quest line. I think really the text actually might give you more of the emotional impact too. Oh, fuck it. Looks like the queue's actually bugged again. You know, we could try healing as well. Let's try doing healing. I haven't done that yet. And I kind of want to see if I'd be good at that. At least on this character. Although I might have to start using my skill points for that. That's fine. As the healer, of course it is. Fucking great. That's fine. I could probably actually heal with just a lotus flower and belly netch alone. I want to fucking try that. Of course, we don't have a healing ultimate. So that's going to be a little bit of a hindrance on us, but we'll be good. We'll be real good. Just that the healing staff and lotus flowers spam that shit on a nice cycle. Give that a nice rinse and wash. Fuck yeah, Tempest Island. Something new. I've been doing Spider Place and Spider Place 2. Funko Grotto and Spindle Clutch. They're both Spider Places in my eyes. So that's the only distinguishing factor. Oh, and UI's bugged. One sec. Dash reload UI. Hopefully I don't have to actually redo the whole logging into this thing. There we go. So, where's the belly netch? So we get the belly netch and lotus flower. I don't need that. Everything else is good. Steadfast Ward, does that even... Yeah, I'll take that. Mutagen, let's do that. Those 2 abilities alone should be more than enough. And I have constant Magicka supply with the pet.
We need this shore cleared to...
I need the shore here clear again. Alright, whoever's doing DPS is fucking amazing at it. Jesus. Are they actually lagging? No, I only have 99 latency. So we should be okay. Yeah, let's say right now it's real easy to heal. Now you need to spam that Grand Healing Ward since all of these abilities actually lock on. Here we go. Actually, let me get that book now. Thank you. Clear the beach. That's right, there's still a little bit more here. They're strangely all following each other, even though they all know what to do. Oh, that's right, I still have the pet out here. the hell is that one guy doing? Is he here? Okay, can I get the dial-up sound effect now for this guy? Where the fuck are you? I mean, it's not like we're having issues. Why? What's wrong with the man? Alright, let's go.
We've got work to do. We've lost many securing this beach. Search for supplies and see if you can find
That fucking sound effect. Good job.
triage. We are bound to lose more before this day is over.
Before the day is over. Thank you, Captain. Let's go on. Y'all coming? Why are they so slow? I mean, for all their DPS, these midway strokes they keep on having. Come on, my pretties. Oh my fucking god. This shit is easy. I strangely cannot get a full rotation off right now. There we go. Yeah, like strange, like when I try to finish a heavy attack, my character starts glitching out. Especially if I start trying to rotate mutagen in. Interesting. This character's attacks do not behave normally. Like, for some reason, when you do a lightning heavy attack, it usually waits till the heavy attack is done and then casts your ability. But for this one, it seems to be constantly canceling it. So like, I have to manually wait. Which actually ends up slowing me down in a sense. Because if I'm committed to actually doing this heavy attack, instead of just stopping halfway mid through, I don't get what they're doing here. Hopefully they get it. It's actually kind of nice for the most part. All I need to do is focus on heavy attacking. The thing is, a lot of my buffs end at the exact same time.
I'll be dead.
Save the lemurs. For some reason, they keep saving their own little butts with a shield or two, when they don't even need it. Like, the healing is so minuscule, but I can still heal them even with just the spores alone. They probably see the more cold and probably scream in terror. That's probably they have no confidence in me. I swear I'm a healer, guys. More Colden, just a flesh wound. Ooh, overwhelming. I always thought about getting these abilities, but the issue is with them is that it takes fucking forever to get the thing to actually proc. And then actually getting the gear was a pain in the ass. Because for some reason people did not know how to finish the last boss on Vollenfell. Usually because their DPS was so fucking low. And they had so little HP. Since the boss is a one-shot mechanic.
We can't allow them any farther into these caves.
I am so glad these characters are speaking in like super strangely not monotone dialects, but they speak so slowly and articulate that doesn't really make like flowing sense, if I could say that. And my lotus flower again. Here, I'll help you with the DPS since you guys are so fucking slow. Like, why did he suddenly just change out? Here, I'll heal you up a little bit more. Very nice. Ooh, I'll take that. Is that a nice... A arcane ring with the healthy stat. Fucking Christ. Alright, whatever.
If we get ambushed, someone's falling on their own sword.
That means she's gonna kill them. If you didn't know. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. You know, I should ask actually if we can actually expect to see a new type of continent to appear on Tamriel at some point. The Akaviri continent, I should say. Will we ever be exploring those areas? Because I actually kind of want to see those out in the world. That and the monkey people. They have all these weird and exotic creatures that no one ever wants to go to. It'd be a fucking glorious sight to see. Here we go, here we go. My god, and the bow guy is still, again... He's more absent than my dad at this point. Thank you for the bear for the one shot. I guess we'll heal you for the sake of... Actually, I should probably use combat prayer, to be honest. Just to give him that little extra boost of DPS. Since it seems to take him so long. Yeah, but he's out of range yet again. What do you expect? In normal dungeons, can't expect this pristine build rotation just yet. Hell, my gear is pretty much ready to expire at this point. Healing so far pretty damn easy. And it's actually not even that bad if these people had food. It'd actually be quite a bit easier since I could just rely on my Lotus Flower and heavy attack weaving. Although, for some reason, my heavy attacks are not chaining together at fucking all. Go ahead and take that because my character already knows that a main food crafter that is. Just take him down. I love how my DK actually seems to be spamming in pairs of 2. Oh, you're good. I got you healed. Whatever let you down. It'd be so much easier if I could chain these together. Good. No heavy sacks. You guys are good. Come in, little pretties. It's like leading a flock of retarded pigeons. At least they know how to DPS. One of them knows how to DPS at least. I am powerful now, as he says, getting shocked to absolute living shit. I totally believe you. Yeah, keep him in there, keep him in there. Hey, what's up, gamer? How you doing, man? Nice to see you. Ooh, just doing a little bit of Tempest Island right now. Well, it seems my DPS guys got a little bit overhanded here. Keep that Lotus Flower heal up, come on. Although if I just need to get that essence with that 3-second major mending tick, then that Lotus Flower heal can heal for like 4,000 every tick. And then we can just rely on more Colden and Maw to do all that damage. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. So it seems that just weaving with mutagen does not work. strangely enough, but it works with every single other ability. Okay, kind of weird. Let's go ahead and break this. Yoink. I love how I'm the one knocked down and everyone's just kind of like inconvenienced. I made a warden, I love it. Ooh, what type of warden? You going for a stam warden? Magical warden? Hell, you could even do a tank on both sets. Haven't really seen that many tanking wardens per se. I've actually strangely seen more Magicka wardens with the ice staff than I've seen of traditional wardens. Although stam wardens right now are like the cream de la crop in PvP. Everyone wants to be one. Book's right here, dearie. Yeah, let me get all these abilities up right now. I have way too much of a rotation. There we go, there we go. We good. Yeah, nice. I actually have 2 wardens right now. I really haven't done much with my stam warden per se. I just kind of like leveled her up and kept it there. I do want to eventually make a heavy attack build with her. Especially with the bear pet and the, what was it? Not the subterranean assault because that's a magical variation, but I have the stam version of it with the chaining pets that all do major fracture of some sort. So chaining it together with Maul, More Colden, and the bear, it actually gives you a pretty high DPS boost with overall, and then throw on Sunderflame. It'd be real prime. I'm making a stam warden mixed with Magicka wearing heavy armor. Okay. Okay. True hybrid build then. True hybrid build. That might require some very finessed building, but I mean, to be honest, any stam warden is going to be partially Magicka based. Especially if you start using things like Belly Netch or the Arctic Wind. After all, does give a huge boost to passive healing. So, are you actually going to be DPS focused then? Or are you going for more just like a hybrid mixed tank? Yeah, you really have to solidify it in stone. I'm not sure if you're one of those people who like plans out their characters when you're making them at the character selection screen. I kind of will planning in that regard, although I really can't say my planning is very effective. I mean, the only thing I'm planning on my character to do is wear more Colden. That's gonna be the only thing. But I make every single one of my characters wear more Colden regardless of who they are. It's not very effective, but I love it. I don't know why. It's not even that really good of a build. Especially for this class, now that the... Oh god, what is it? Now that Lightning Staff's heavy attack has been kind of nerfed, the spawn rates on certain weapons like More Colden and Maul have been very diminished. Well, I mean, okay, it really depends, because decent DPS is very easy to achieve at normal levels, but like that high-end DPS of above 10,000, ooh, stuff's kind of hard. I mean, I'm having a hard time cranking it out, but I'm also using an untraditional build, and I'm healing right now. So I'm in kind of a weird situation. It could work, though. Definitely in the use of Sleet Storm as well helps out a lot. Ooh. Although healing with Wardens are really nice. And tanking and heavy armor shouldn't be that bad. I don't know, it's a weird thing, because honestly... So 1000 DPS, okay, it's a starting point. I mean, that's to be expected, because this game really has a high ceiling when it comes to DPS. So, I mean, the more specialized you become into DPS, the more you do. But the more general application you build, the more you're kind of like a jack of all trades. And that works. Certainly works for leveling purposes, for the most part. If that works with you, though, I see it being fine. I see it being fine. I know I'm kind of in that weird mixed boat too, where I'm wearing stamina gear, but I'm wearing it in heavy armor fashion, so I'm like a tank. But at the same time, I'm wearing, or rather, I'm doing a lot of magical-based spells and statting for magicka, and using magicka food. So I'm, in a sense, using all three worlds as well. And cannot heal, so I end up being the healer when we're doing things. Hey, that kind of works. Although, strangely enough, if you're all like stamina wardens and you use what you would call lotus flower right here, use the other morph of it, it actually is really easy to do a decent amount of healing as a stamina character. That, and since Warden has a stamina heal with the fungal growth, you actually can do a decent amount of healing as a stamina character. I haven't really attempted it per se myself. I kind of thought about it. Ooh, cheeky thing. God, that stun lasts ages. Excuse me, dear. I just need to use a little blossom here. Ah, thank you. I got my bear being tossed up like a goddamn raisin. Stop. Gotta remember, can't do chains with mutagen, does not work. Does not actually want to be a nice little pity here. They're all Nightblades and Dragon Knights. Ah, okay, well, scratch the Lotus Blossom thing then. They probably won't be able to do a whole bunch there. Although I don't know, Dragon Knight's actually pretty good at self-sustaining, at least in some regards, since they're, or I should say, since using ultimates are very kind of healthy in a sense. They get a lot of HP back from using them. And if they're dual wield at all, they can easily gain a lot of heal through using the dual wield bleed plus the dual wield rapid strikes. Oh my goodness, you can get so much healing through that. I don't understand why it's so high. I mean, on a low-end stand character, you can easily reach like 4,000 healing. That's assuming you have like CP and proper gear, but even without that, you should be real fine. I guess I should expect leveling to be easy for me nowadays since I have so much high-end gear. Don't worry about the healing. I got you all. That's meant to be a really intense healing part. I was actually almost able to heal him with just exclusive Lotus Flower. We would reach the summit. Okay, we're good then. I was gonna say, don't they climb the cliffs through here? Ooh, no, they don't. I haven't really tried leveling up a Magicka Dragon Knight. I think actually, wait, I do have one. It's my Brenton guy. It's like the only Brenton character I've made. Which makes no sense, because the guy has nothing but regeneration stats. The Brenton race, that is. And my Magicka Dragon Knight ends up using... ooh. Regular old... heavy attack build, so he can benefit from the regeneration, since regeneration does not apply to tenacity. Does she want to skip? I mean, we could, but it's an Atronach right there. Oh, the me. My god, how squish is that sorcerer? Really getting a one-shot by the stone Atronach. Yeah, I feel a little bit concerned for her. Oh yeah, we can just skip on by then. Why not avoid one ad pull? Except the whole 30 seconds. It's coming here, my pretties. Actually, no, let's go ahead and pull some more. Why not? I can heal. Trust the Warden. The Warden who's never healed before. As a Warden it is. I should probably say I used to heal a lot as a Templar. Although that was before they made changes to Breath of Life, which that used to be your exclusive route to healing. I did not realize you would take part with boss. We're good though. I can heal everyone up now. This gotta say, shouldn't even do that much damage, to be honest. And there you go, he just learned about the breakout mechanic. Hallelujah, you can see the lights go off in his head. Welcome to the Bronze Age, brother. And that sorcerer's actually doing some really nice DPS. Explains why she might be squished then, because if she's totally mid-maxed out, definitely get that one shot in there. Even though this is normal, so I don't really expect her to be a one shot. I don't know, could be weird like that. Let's go ahead and pull him in. He's like the one guy you have to attack. Oh, I'm feeling it. So I'm actually curious, since my major mending procs off my healing staff, does it actually increase my general healing output entirely? I kind of want to see that. The last two little though, to actually make a conclusive statement on it. It's odd, I can make DPS builds good and healing decent, but you asked me to make a soul tank build and end up being a piece of garbage. My friends have tried to tell me, but I just get confused. And with tanking, you really can't focus a whole bunch on... I don't know, it's weird. You don't have to focus about healing and DPSing because that's not your main concern. Your concern is maintaining aggro and maintaining your stamina so that you can keep that aggro and then blocking as well. Oh god. Why was my healing abilities not touching her? And why is that stat not open? Yeah, see right now this tank's not doing a very good job because two of the hardest hitting mobs here are currently not being, well, hit or aggroed. They're being hit onto the people who have the most DPS right now. There we go, thank you, thank you. But tanking isn't really that hard, as long as you get the damage reduction in there, like the major protection and major spell warding buffs, you're good. Maintaining stamina is the next priority, but you can usually just do that with heavy attacking. Don't really need to worry about that. But then maintaining aggro, that's a little bit of an interesting challenge because it actually requires a little bit more of a focus, since you can over aggro and end up losing it, but if you under aggro, then you end up losing the potential of the whole mob. Although tanking is really only difficult in large scale settings, but even then, trash mobs tend not to do a whole bunch of damage in large scales.
Good. This should be the last conduit. Let's take it apart.
Let's take it apart. Like, how do they even... Oh, whoop, shit. Sorry. How do they even know that was going to happen? It actually looks like this might be enough to heal. Oh, I feel personally attacked. She came over here and blew a Hufflepuff. I didn't feel your petty attacks on my character. They had nothing but the gust of wind. As Pharrell Williams once told me. There we go, just keep this up. Just gotta keep the mutagen buffs up and we're good. Then I'm gonna intermittently spam that bear. Oh shit, that was my fault. I didn't realize it. That's fine, I got him. I got soul gems. It happens all the time too in the veteran version. She dodges and then somebody doesn't get out of the way and just gets necked. You still get stunned and you were just spamming a bunch of shit there. A lot of this dungeon's also based on randomness. She has two of her abilities that don't actually focus anybody in particular. Like, as long as you avoid the tornadoes and the, I guess the AoE, that large ground AoE she does, the only thing you have to worry about is her dash and her lightning strike that all randomly attack people. And sometimes they're not really realistic or really avoidable, especially for people with shitty internet. Ooh, get him healed up. Very nice, very nice. It probably would probably be better if I actually had proper things like mutagen, which would immensely help out the healing. That and this would help out immensely too. Ooh, I love how my character just slowly walks back, still maintaining that finessed hand right there, looking like a real Sascat. I think we're good. I think we're good. And we get that extra skill point from her too.
Indeed.
Very nice. Thank you, Poppy. And we get that Undaunted Expedition. And Ring of Agility though. Not terribly good for Magicka. We've got a bunch of useless scrap. Thanks, y'all. Alright, get the fuck out of here. I hate Valenfeld. Or, sorry, Tempest. I guess this is Valen. Is this Tempest or Valen? Tempest Island. Okay, it's not Valenfeld. Tempest Island, then. We'll go with that. I hate this place so much. I've spent so much time in here in that little nook and corner right there, bobbing and weaving bosses just so that I can have my group die on me in 3 seconds. It happened so many times. Like, if they just had around 20,000 HP, that's all they need. All they need to do anything. Ay. Okay, so that should look good. Okay. So we have 2 extra skill points here. What can we actually use it on? Oh, I guess activating Frost Cloak would make my group a little bit better at that. But, you live and you learn. If I also had a healing ultimate, that probably would have helped out. But who needs that? We'll just have the bear instead. The bear's lit, man. Ooh, yes, and I could definitely use that Force Pulse. Force Pulse or Crushing Shock, both are equally good. I don't really need Absorb. It's not a terribly good ability for me. I mean, I guess I could just take whatever then. I have plenty of stats. I guess, do I want that increases damage, or do I want that interrupts spells? I mean, that would be good in PvP, but I'm not in PvP right now. We're doing PvE, so let's get that Force Pulse. I'll change that if I ever do go to PvP. In the meantime, what else could I do? Healing Seed wouldn't be that bad of an idea. And I don't need that. Oh yeah, Fungal Growth. Increase stamina regeneration, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, I guess we can do that then. Get the enhanced growth. So now our character's healing line's all jacked out. And take a look at the Destruction Staff. How much more an Impulse? Okay. That's almost done, so we can eventually get that back up. And we're actually getting real close to getting to level 36. Which means we can actually swap in our brand new set and hopefully get full Magicka set. Although I'm guessing we're going to get into a new dungeon real quickly. Healers are in very short supply. No one wants to be a healer. Healing is one of the most underappreciated roles, and yet probably one of the more vital ones. Although in veteran dungeons, doing decent DPS is really vital. While healing is critical, it's also easy to achieve in this game. However, in this game, DPS is plentiful, but hard to achieve well. Because in higher end dungeons, you need 10,000 more DPS or higher, or some bosses will legitimately kill you. Like the... what is it? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Who is it I'm trying to think of? Scoria, Valken Scoria, that's what it is. Okay. It was dragging on my fucking mind. I don't know what the fuck was going on with me. But if you don't have that much DPS, you can't do things like hard mode. No fucking way can ya. There you go, y'all are okay. Why don't these guys just stack up this shit? I am here to DPS for you, my creatures. Hell, I don't even need that belly netch, to be honest. I'm only keeping it around for the extra spell critical. Although, to be honest, I could probably get rid of the belly netch and just replace it with the passive from the Mages Guild. Because the passive from the Mages Guild will actually increase my DPS by getting me more magicka. Since the Mages Guild passives, the more you have the skill in your bar, the more magicka you have, I think, is what this thing goes. So, I actually get rid of the belly netch, which only gives me magicka back, and a little bit of spell critical for something that I never have to activate. And it actually probably saved me a lot of DPS, to be honest. I mean, I love having the belly netch out here, but I have so many buffs to rotate to begin with, it's kind of obnoxious. I'm rotating 3 buffs alone already, not including the abilities that have their own little damage over time shit. I mean, these guys are really expedited on this whole thing. They're really fiending to get out of this in 3 seconds. Oh, that person has Mola Kenna on, too. No, don't do it. You're gonna reset her. No, she's healing the things. Take her out. There you go. Hopefully the bear didn't die. That precious little baby needs to be kept alive at all costs. There you go. Hopefully the little extra stamina regen helps you. Although most people already have their stamina and magical regen issues dealt with prior. I guess really that stamina regen can only be applicable to that of higher end focused groups. Like if you want to do Hara Citadel in 3 seconds less time. Never. I'm feeling the heat. Ooh, shit. There you go. Feeling good there, buddy.
Set it ablaze.
And I do have mutagen now, so it shouldn't... Well, they shouldn't die as much anymore, because as soon as they get to low HP, mutagen will proc and look at that extra bit of healing. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell if I'm doing DPS or not. Eh. I'm doing about 5,000 DPS, strangely enough. Which is not that much higher than my DPS. You'll be disciplined as much. Ooh, thank you, Poppy. Ah, you're good. Oh, that Dragon Knight standard. Get fucked. Ooh, and someone's already casted that Frost Cloak thing, too. Oh, no, we have one of those Magicka Warden tanks. I see. So he's trying to tank from all the way back there. And there you go. Now he's got the extra major protection for all of us. That's a 30% DPS, or rather damage taken decrease. I mean, he's doing everything textbook correct. Although I really need to start eating some food right now. Like in the game, I mean. No, I'm not starving myself in the real life. I wish it was. We could lose a little while. Maybe from the head. I don't know, maybe we can do... Ooh, shit, what the fuck? I blame Gandhi for that. Clearly he was the responsible party. Standing in red, standing in red. That'll get ya. There we go. I'm allowed to fuck up here and there. Doesn't matter, it doesn't cause the group to wipe.
We'll have this place cleaned out in no time. Oh, this is good stuff. Old Selos must have been raking in a fortune.
It's strange because this guy was initially all about the Kwama thing,
So you believe there was
and
gold
then
in here?
eventually changes his mind and suddenly starts going for the Dwemer. I really don't get what his motivation is here.
Drop those weapons, murderer.
Oh, wait, that's right. I'm not doing the quest. What am I smoking? Get the fuck out of here.
I suspected you were smarter than your father.
Yes, after we just murdered him.
Well, you'll have
You just to catch me. Ooh.
No.
Oh yeah, I need to eat this, I suppose. Make myself a little bit more tanky. There we go, so we get a little bit more DPS. Because that's where we're really lacking. Chill Daddy's doing his work. There you go. I actually kind of wanted to try tanking at first with it, but it didn't seem actually terribly interesting. I mean, there wasn't really a whole lot of interesting ways that a Warden could do damage reduction. The only thing that was really interesting was the changes to the ice staff in general that made it more tanky. But even then, that was just increasing it to having a passive shield. Actually, no, let me just stay right here. Right on top of him. Yeah, y'all are fine. That lotus flower will keep you nice and healed. Strangely, did not go back over. You don't need to be constantly rotating around. Just keep it in a nice single position. That and because some class alts do not move at all. There we go. Keep this nice and out. Hell, you only need about 4,000 healing to actually maintain a proper group. I mean, I'm doing more DPS than anything right now. I should do this more often. This actually kind of makes the group a little bit more expedited, since now I'm doing a whole lot of DPS as well. Then if you get proper healing at all times, you'll never have a dead group. I mean, a really good healer can easily overcompensate for a bad tank and DPS. A good tank can overcompensate for bad DPS, and bad DPS can overcompensate for bad DPS. Generally, they don't do a whole lot of supportive tasks. But it looks like these guys are mostly self-sufficient when it comes to healing. Yeah, might as well do them now before they just constantly grab us during the fight. Yeah, this one you really can't do a whole bunch. Just sit here, tank and spank. Yes, let's stand in the red. Oh hell, the red's not even doing anything. Yeah, god, this one's just being melted. Melt them like a good Jamba Juice. See what's on the tender insides. Mmm, delicious. He's ripping a fat vape all of a sudden. Ooh, shit. Inventory's full. Okay, what's the cheapest shit here? No one's gonna miss. I guess I don't really caught us a bit. That my chanting's gonna be low regardless of what happens. Thank you, thank you. We'll do it after. We'll do it after. They're already there. It's really just a simple, cheesy shit Dwemer boss after this. There we go. So I want to see actually how fast I can deal with this. And this actually might become a true testament, because this is one of the few bosses early on that does a whole lot in terms of, I don't say DPSing, but it definitely does do a lot in terms of like damage output. Yeah, see like this thing right here. And you see that's the only one that does any damage. Yeah, stop it, you beansies. See, now that they got the rotation set in, they're a little bit happier. It's really that only spinning disco funk that really fucks with us. There, we just keep flipping that shit. We don't move him through the green. He's gonna be gradually healed by that. Ironically, lightning as soon as I start throwing out my lightning again. And what can I do? Well, I'll wait. You can look at that, they're just passively waiting on the outside of it, slightly miffed by. Was he actually targeting my bear? That'd actually be kind of interesting if that was the case. You are getting fucking doused this,
Come on, open! You want me? Come and get me!
You want me there, you'll have to tickle me straight out of the wood. Yeah, you're fine. This I'm actually more interested in. Yeah, get those rank 2s in there, so the healing should be a little bit better. Nice. Sure, why not? She needs it. Clearly. Needs a little bit of extra experience. Yeah, I want to take the young pet to 1. My god, my eyes are killing me right now. And this one does a lot less damage, although strangely has kind of the similar moveset. Oh yeah, look at that. My Sword of Morkholden and my bear, I think, are all getting the treatment with the major protection. Alright. Very nice. And I think that's it. Yoinks, because I am tired of shit for some reason. My eyes lay heavy upon these weary eyelids. Okay. Nice group though. They were doing real nice. In terms of like everything. Oh my god. They're actually trying to sell the Dwemer motif. Only 2,500 crowns. The thing is, the Dwemer motif is unbearably cheap. The fragments, or rather the gems to make the armor are more expensive than the armor itself. You can buy like a full motif for like $10,000 or even less nowadays, I think. The pages are so unbelievably common. I mean, when the motif first got out on the scene, it used to be the hot goddamn topic. Everyone wanted to wear it, but then gradually it just got less and less interesting. Then they started really hitting the grind spots for it, so actually making the armor in question became extremely tedious to do. That, and I think they also changed, or I shouldn't say changed, but I think they... What did they do during that same time? They did also drop, or rather decrease the drop rate on the gem itself, so it became tedious to make. Oh yeah, and it was around the veteran rank 14 at the time. And I believe they just boosted it up so it didn't really have a whole bunch in there. And that UI keeps on disappearing.
There's no
Here we go. Take it all. Take all my poison. I feel like people would be a little bit more concerned about your business practices if you started accepting poison as a form of payment. Just a quick thought. Very nice. I forgot to actually do my add-on settings for Dustman. So for a long time I was just deconning shit tier garbage. Even though I should have been selling it because I could have earned a lot more money. Yes, look at that. Now I got like $60,000 in the bank. Not that bad. If anything you guys want to invest on, get Dustman. That really helps out. Start throwing all your junk away, and as soon as you hit Eventer, oh, boop, there you go. You just sell everything that you don't need, so it makes the whole process of acquiring money through grinding out in the real world, or just out in the world, a lot easier. And then you get a lot of supplies for your own crafting, too, when you start making alternative characters. Assuming you do that, if you're kind of like me. Have a full roster of alternative characters. Of course, I never play any of them. A lot of them I haven't touched in months. A lot of them have gear that's not even remotely viable anymore. Builds that don't make sense, or hell, some of them don't even have builds since the skills refund system has probably taken away a lot of their abilities. And it's good to have alternatives. And let's just go ahead and get rid of all that because I can't use it. And that's it. Just gotta put all these gems away and whatnot. And then, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a giveaway. Let's give away some... How does someone feel about 20,000 gold and some mats? Some gold tier mats. Like 3 Kuda, 3 alloys, 3 wax, 3... I'm missing 1 Kuda wax, temper rosin, 2? Why not? Give that away. I don't have any row, so don't ask for row. That and I wouldn't even give that away. The thing's worth too much. Row's like, what, 10k now? God. That's probably even less common considering who the fuck wants to even fish anymore. Actually, is anyone even in here? To the point where we could do a giveaway? Let's take a look. Dashboard. Nope, no one's here. No one's here on Mixer, and there's just me and Wet Knight on Twitch, so guess not. Interesting. I guess it is the end of my stream after all. Yeah, well, I guess we could do the giveaway at another time, considering that no one's here. I'm all too often accustomed to such a feat. But, that happens sometimes. Can't do giveaways all the time if no one's here. If no one's here, then it's not really a giveaway, you're just giving it to yourself. Not a terribly good idea. So I guess we'll just call it off until another day. So I want to thank you all for joining me. If you had fun watching the stream, feel free to follow on whatever platforms your favorite YouTube, Mixer, or Twitch. Although Twitch does have an RPG system and a loyalty system built right into chat. So get a hold of all that. Other than that, there is a Discord down below if you want to join the community and get notified whenever I go live. And I think there's social media links down below if that's your gig, like Twitter and whatnot, but who the hell even uses that anymore? But I think other than that, that covers all the bases. So I'm not entirely sure if I'll stream tomorrow. If anything, it might be a little bit in the morning, but I get distracted with YouTube quite easily, so don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. It's just so much shit to watch nowadays. Everyone's just at each other's throats. It's invigorating. It's good spank bank material. Just every single time someone uploads, it's just pot shots at each other. It's just, a gourmet buffet. But I think other than that, we'll call it good. So, good night, everybody. Ta-ta.